Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on CTV Sports. We're about to get underway, game number 5 of the limited edition 12-goal series, right here at the beautiful Santa Rita Polo Farm. And we are playing on the Buenos Aires field this morning. Nice breezy day right here, and we are only 2 games away from the finals, and that's this game and another game right here at 12 o'clock this afternoon. And of course, then we have a game at 3:30 in the Sterling Cup. So a busy day today here on CTV Sports, and I'm here with Jan Eric Frank, my co-commentator this morning. And Jan, glad to have you with me.
Thank you very much. A very good morning also from me. Great to be sitting along you, Steve. And as you said, perfect conditions out there, slightly breezy. The sun is out, and we have had a batch of rather rainy weather over the weekend, but that seems to be a thing of the past. Players have come out now. Dundas, of course, coming out there in the white shirts with 2 ladies. Let me just quickly run through the 2 teams for you. So for Dundas, we have Sarah Siegel-Magnus at number 1, playing off 0 goals. Then Mia Cambiasa coming in at number 2 with a 2-goal handicap. And then the 4-goaler Robertito Zeda and Geronimo Obregon playing at number 4 with 5 goals to his name. Oriflamme there, led by Ben Shepherd at number 1, Frankie Bilbao at number 2 with 4 goals, and then we have Jason Warren at number 3, and Jason Crowder at number 4, at least. That's what my notes say to me, but it could be that they might have had a little change in the lineup here. It could be that Jason Crowder is playing the number 1. He's just coming out onto the field as I speak, so we'll just verify what number he's actually wearing on his shirt. Number 2, Frankie Bilbao is definitely correct. So it's just to see which of the 2 Jasons is wearing which number. And I thought I saw he turn his back just briefly. Now my guess he's actually wearing the number 1. And we'll just see him right now. There he is indeed. So Jason Crowder wearing the number 1 shirt. And that, of course, changes things up a little bit. Frankie, we said, is a number 2.
Ben Shepherd playing the number 3, and Jason Warren closing the back door. So it looks like we've got all the ingredients here for a recipe for Game 5 right here on the Buenos Aires field. Gaston Dorniak, Roddy Matthews are 2 mounted officials. The ball is out of Dorniak's hand on the ground to the players, and right now it's Mia Cambiaso and Jason Warren on the far side of the field, and Jason Warren trying to get that ball going on the near side. Cambiaso when they're putting some pressure on him, and now turned around there by Zeta. Jason Crowder hits a shot across the field. Frankie Bilbao is going to jump on that loose ball. First the offside, then the near side. Keeps that bouncing ball on the roll. Going for that deep neck shot right there. Unable to make contact. Robertito Zeta unable to get to it. However, Geronimo Obregon does, and Geronimo turning the ball back towards the inside and leaves it for Zeta. And Zeta now trying to get around Bilbao. Bilbao wanted to and realized he shouldn't, left it, but a whistle on the play.
So a very early whistle here in Chukker 1 of our 6 Chukkers, of course. 6:49 seconds on the clock. And, of course, Dundas coming in with a goal in hand based on their 11-goal team handicap. Oriflamme coming, of course, in at 12 goals. Umpires very quickly deciding you're going to drop the ball on the halfway line. So a penalty, 5B, the consequence of that early foul here in the first Chukker.
Yeah, a little right-of-way violation there, created there by Frankie Bilbao. So umpire Matthews looking right down the line, didn't think there was quite enough window there for Bilbao to come in and make the play. And Gaston Dorniak just picking up some debris on the far side of the field. So umpire Matthews will wait for him to get in position and then call play. So both of these teams, and we have 4 teams in this tournament, 2 teams in each bracket, playing cross bracket. And top 2 teams going to the finals. And right now Obregon puts that ball, a line drive down the field, over to the left-hand side, and Zeta jumps on it, hits a cut shot towards goal, but that ball doesn't have enough juice to get to the goal, and in comes Frankie Bilbao. Frankie Bilbao turning that ball back across the center. Bilbao on a run right here, being chased by Zeta. Bilbao staying even pace just out front, just a horse length ahead of Zeta. Unable to keep that ball going, and Ben Shepard's going to come in and join the party in taking out Mia Cambiaso. But Jason Warren gets that ball loose away from Cambiaso. Now Warren couldn't quite get a hold of it. Hooked out of there by Cambiaso. Turning back around, Jason Crowder going back to retrieve the loose ball, but an injured player on the play, so we'll give her just a little bit of time, and umpire blows the whistle. So,
yeah, you see the play with the number 2 there. Frankie Bilbao just dismounting, seems to have a little bit of an attack issue there, so we'll just give him a moment or two to get himself sorted. So once again, Steve, as we've seen throughout this limited edition 12 goal, both of these teams, of course, not wasting any time, really getting things going. He's back in the saddle again, Frankie Bilbao, so that's good news. And no severe injury sustained in that play. The two umpires just having a little tete-a-tete, a little chat to go through exactly what the issue was on that, just to verify their notes. And I think a decision has been made. Let's have a look at the clock, 6:04. So already quite a turbulent start here to this first chukker. And we're going to see, we've just been told there's a tack timeout. So the number 2 player, after all, Frankie Bilbao, just going to the pony lines just to have the groom have a look at his tack, make sure everything's where it should be. Meanwhile, ball is being placed on the spot on the halfway line, so we'll continue when he comes back with a penalty 5B in favour of Dundas.
Yeah, I stand corrected on the way this tournament goes. Everybody plays everybody, so each team playing 3 games, and, of course, the top 2 teams will go to the finals, which is scheduled for Saturday. Time to be announced later once we know who is in the finals. But right now, the team in black, Oriflamme, they are 1-1. Dundas is also 1-1. And, of course, here at noontime, Grand Champions Polo Club will play Windswept, and Windswept is 2-0, and Grand Champions Polo Club is 0-2. So an important game. This could lock things up or tie things up or just decide who is in first place today, and we could have a tie for second place, in which case a shootout will determine who will be the second team in the finals, should it be needed.
I'm very much looking forward to that. And, of course, let me remind you also that coming up and the much-anticipated 5th season of the WPL, starting, of course, with the All-Star Challenge, and things get underway this coming Friday at 11 a.m. Dazos Lafe versus Santa Rita Trenque Lauquen. They'll be playing the opening match, as I say, the first of the All-Star Challenge, the first of our 5 tournaments in this, the 5th year of the WPL. Make sure you tune into CTV Sports when things get underway this coming Friday. So just a little look over to the pony lines to see where that player is, if he's come back out. Still waiting for Frankie Bilbao. Umpires and the team's just being very patient here. Of course, it's always a bit of a shame when you get things going, Steve, right at a very important game like this is, and not even a minute and a half played, and straight away you have a slight little interruption, an unneeded interruption, because obviously both teams want to get going, want to start playing, and obviously, as you said, a very, very important match here, a very important game to determine how and who will be in Saturday's final. I see Frankie Bilbao coming back out on the field. Umpire Roddy Matthews has called play, and as I said, a hit from the centre of 5B in favour of Dundas, taken by Geronimo Obregon.
Here is Obregon. Obregon's going to tap it one time. He's got players fanning out down the field, and he hits it along the ground. Over to the left-hand side once again, looking for Robert Tito Zeta. Zeta hooked out of the play by Crowder, and in comes Mia Cambiaso. Cambiaso taking that ball back to the center, and Jason Warren right up front. Cambiaso trying to get around Warren, and Cambiaso with a shot on goal, but deflected by a pony. Now back to the near side, and a whistle is going to stop the play and action.
Yeah, very, very stop-and-go start here to this first chuck, and I'm pretty sure, Steve, this is down to the fact that it is a very important game here. So both of these teams not yet really finding that rhythm. And if I just think about what we saw the other day in this tournament, you know, it was all guns blazing, But I'm sure once things settle down here, we will see a lot of running and gunning. Umpires have come back, made a decision, and looks like we're going to see an open goal penalty in favour of Dundas. Play is called now that she's going to take it. Well, she did so well in her last match. Sarah Siegel-Magnus scoring a total of 6 out of 7 goals. And there is that first goal, and the first goal of the game, in addition to the one that she already had, or that Dundas have, that now puts them in the lead by 2-0.
Yeah, she was out there before the game practicing penalty 2s and penalty 3s. And like you said, Yan, she scored 6 out of 7 the other day. Missed the first one and scored 5 out of 6. Missed the first one and then scored the other 5. So, Sarah doing those open goal penalties. I asked Memo years ago, how come you don't take the open goal penalties? And he says, I let the young guys practice those, and I just practice the 4s. So the ball back on the ground from Gaston Dorniak and Robertito Zeta. Puts it out front, but a back shot there by Jason Warren, and now picked up by Bilbao on the far boards. Jason Crowder with a 1 on his shirt playing offense. Taking Geronimo Obregon off the field, and now Bilbao with a run right here, being chased by Cambiaso. A next shot towards the goal, and just wide to the right-hand side. So now Oriflamme getting a little bit of an offensive drive going.
Yeah, that's what we were waiting for. Things now slowly starting to sort of, as we said, come out of the wash. Things opening up quite nicely now. We've got a bit of a flow going on. Let's just hope that we can keep that going. A little under 4.5 minutes left to play. That ball very so slightly going out to the right-hand side. So Dundas now with possession and a knock-in.
Obregon sends it over to his left, looking for Cambiaso or Zeta, but it's going to be Jason Warren in there, the first to put lumber to the ball, and now Crowder going to turn that ball back towards the inside. And now Zeta being chased there by Jason Crowder and Ben Shepard. Zeta staying just out front. Zeta headed towards goal. Crowder can't reach the hook. Tries the back shot and hits a bouncing ball back shot, and that ball is still on the field. And now Jason Warren trying to get something going here, but loses it to Cambiaso. Cambiaso with the back shot into a pony, and Frankie Bilbao coming in there, but a whistle on the play as the near side shot went through the goal, but a whistle on the play, so it no goal, and will be a penalty 5A in favor of Oriflamme.
Yeah, but what a great eye for the ball there by Jason Crowder. I could have put money down that was going to go through. So incredible save there by Jason Crowder. And with exactly 3.5 minutes, or just below 3.5 minutes left to play, we're going to go for the first courtesy change here in this first chucker. So incredible, Steve, wouldn't you agree, that action or that play just now by Jason Crowder? As I said, I could have sworn that would have gone in. So he's definitely playing the number 1 position, but also, and we know how strong he also is in defence, doing exactly what needed to be done there.
That bouncing ball about 3 foot off the ground, and he still made contact, saving the goal. So, yeah, what an incredible play. So after a courtesy horse change, we're going to have a penalty 5A in favor of Oriflamme. And remember, stay tuned with us for the 6th and final game of bracket play right here following this game. It'll take us, we'll go to a short break while we move our equipment from one field to the other. And we'll have the final game.
Yeah, very much looking forward to that. As Steve was just saying, that'll be coming on your screens at around about 12 o'clock midday this afternoon, subject to there not being any delays. Players coming back out on the field. Still being rather thin on the ground. Just that one penalty that we saw so far in this opening chucker, penalty 2 taken by Sarah Siegel-Magnus. But I think things are starting to open up quite nicely now, Steve.
I think things are going to get heated up. And, of course, the other day, what was it, 2 days ago, when the team in white, Dundas, played against Windswept. Yeah. And that looked more like 16-goal polo. That was an incredible game, back and forth, up and down the field. And, of course, Windswept edging out Dundas by 2 with a score of 11-9. But what an incredible game that was.
Absolutely. Over at Grand Champions, we played that game, and yeah, we're expecting the same kind of level of play here. It hasn't quite materialized yet, but as you said, Steve, I'm pretty sure this game will unfold and turn into a Quite a thriller here. So here we go. Then the players back out on the field. Umpires called play. A knock in from the back line here.
Jason Warren puts a ball along the ground over to Frankie Bilbao. Bilbao goes over to the far boards. Going to rake that ball off the boards and one-time it down the field where Jason Crowder is. But Robertito Zeta going to go back and play some defense and bring that ball over here to the near boards with a long shot. Crowder coming in there as well. Crowder's going to introduce himself to Zeta. Zeta unable to make contact, but told to leave it by Obregon. So now Obregon puts it over along the boards, and Jason Warren there to put some pressure on him. Now a shot towards the center. Looking for Sarah Siegel-Magnus, and Sarah's going to jump on that loose ball, followed by Mia Cambiaso. Unable to make contact and keep it going, but Jason Crowder calls off Jason Warren, and Crowder still on it. Going to circle the wagons and go for a neck shot. Unable to take that neck shot right there, and Crowder wanted the neck shot, but unable to do so because the player on his right side.
Yeah, a little bit unlucky on that, and the two umpires also just not quite on the same page. Want to have a little review on that. Now, of course, the umpires have, and they're doing so right now, going to consult the third man, which is another very important job here taken over by Mr. Steve Lane. So when in dispute, and it's not always that easy for the umpires to see exactly from the angle where they happen to be located, to then revert back to the third man. Steve, how did you see that?
Well, I saw Mia Cambiaso. Jason Crowder wanted a neck shot, but Mia Cambiaso was on his offside, and she has a right to be there.
Yeah.
So, you know what? Jason doesn't have a right to take a neck shot or for his mallet to take up both sides of the line of the ball. So, no foul on the play.
No foul on the play, and a quick throw in, and away we go once again. Crowder going up, waiting for that ball to come as it comes over the halfway line. Let's see what happens here. Pushing strong. That's a nice long ball up to the front door. Will Crowder get to it? He's got Obregon there coming in a little bit earlier. A bump and a ride off here. Obregon cuts in on the inside to try and find a little space for himself. Coming out on top in this little duel. Wants to unload a big shot, and we have another whistle with exactly 2 minutes to play here in the first chukker.
Yeah, one meeting two call right here on this play. So the umpires will march it towards center field where the team in white, Dundas, will take a penalty 5B, 150 yards to go. And, of course, we've already had our courtesy horse change. A couple players going off. I don't think we'll wait on them. And remember, if Dundas takes this foul shot and an Oriflamme player is behind the ball, they are considered offsides. They must pass one of their teammates who is properly positioned when the ball was hit or hit at. So Obregon teeing up the ball. Zeta returns back to the field. Frankie Bilbao coming back as well. Umpire has called play. And we'll see, looks like Obregon is going to wait for Bilbao. So good sportsmanship here by Geronimo Obregon. And he is in front of the ball before the ball is hit or hit at, and he's 30 yards. So he is not offsides. He's considered in good form. Obregon, in the meantime, is going to dribble the ball a couple of times and then fire a long shot downfield, looking for a white jersey down there, but nobody there but Jason Warren, and who is going to escort that ball over the back line.
Wow, that was very close. You know, I could feel that one coming, and you know how strong a player Obregon is. Just wanted to get a little bit closer. The wind coming in from, and I'm pretty sure Steph will correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's coming in from the southeast. Thank you, I got it right. It's coming in from the southeast. So maybe that was why he wanted to just get that ball a little bit closer. But as I said, we know how strong he is. Now, did that ball go over the back line from a defender, Steve?
Yes, it did. So we've got a penalty 6 safety coming here. And as you just mentioned, with the wind, and he can powder this ball right on through. A little help from the wind. So he might be aiming for that right-hand post, allowing the wind to blow it in towards the center just a bit. So Robertito Zeta teeing the ball up here as well. Gaston Dorniak behind, reminding the players only have 20 seconds to tee the ball up. And it looks like Robertito will hit this penalty 6 safety. Zeta puts it high enough. Is it long enough? It is long enough, but it's not straight enough.
And that's where I think that wind played a big role here in that play, because you could see how the ball was being carried over to the left side of that field. So a little bit unlucky there. He definitely had the height, just not quite the angle. And as I say, I'm pretty sure the wind played a big role in that play. So, dodging a bullet, it still is 2-0. We saw that one goal coming from Sarah Siegel Magnus converting a penalty to 1 goal on handicap. And with a little over a minute left to play in the first chuck, it is still 2-0. But Oriflamme looking for maybe a cheeky goal before they change ponies for the first time.
And right now, Mia Cambiaso comes in to pick up the loose ball. 3 white jerseys right there, and Cambiaso trying to break free, get away from Bilbao. Bilbao hooks her out of the play, and now it's going to be Geronimo Obregon trying to hit that bouncing ball towards goal. Cambiaso comes in, takes a shot, and that ball wide to the left-hand side, and we'll see if we get a knock in here before our first horn, but a whistle on the play.
Yeah, very unlucky there for Mia Cambiaso, but you can see, they're putting on the pressure. The last good minute and a half, it's all been in that part of the field. Oriflamme having to, play a very defensive role. Dundas having to play an attacking game. Oriflamme defending where they can, and they've had 2 shots on goal. That penalty 6, which didn't go through just now, and then Mia Cambiaso just getting a little bit unlucky. And also, of course, prior to that long ball coming in from Geronimo Obregon. There is the first horn. We're down to the last seconds in this first chukker.
Jason Warren drops that ball off, and now it's Frankie Bilbao trying to duel it out right there with Robertito Zeta. Zeta now goes for the offside back shot, trying to get some offense going and gain some yardage here before the second horn, but Jason Warren has different ideas. He'd like to get it down closer to his end to start chukker number 2, and Warren on a fly right here on that gray pony, has Bilbao out front, and Zeta coming in for a near side back shot. And the ball, that's going to end chukker number 1. A little bit of a slow start by both these teams, but chukker number 2, I believe things will fire up. So stay with us. Right here, we'll take a short break and continue in the action with chukker number 2, and you're watching live right here on CTV Sports.
World Polo League, a new breed of polo.
Welcome back, everybody. Here we go then. Chukker number 2 about to start here in this limited edition 12 goal. We're at Grand Champions Polo Club on the very, very nice Buenos Aires field. And Steve and I were just talking. Steve, of course, the co-commentator here this morning with me along, and also in the role of the instant replay official. And we were just talking about the that first chukker. It was a little bit hit and miss, not really the flow that we've become accustomed to, especially at this level. And you mentioned it, Steve, the game that we saw 2 days ago was well, it says on paper 12 goal, but it felt more like 18 to 22 goal. So these two teams, and once again, you mentioned it, very, very important match to see who will be playing in Saturday's final. That time yet to be confirmed, because remember also starting on Friday will be the WPL. Players have come back. Let me just quickly run through the two teams that are out there for you. If you've just joined us, a good morning to you. If you have, Dundas playing in the white shirts, led by Sarah Siegel-Magnus, the only lady, the only player to have scored thus far here in this game. At number 2, Mia Cambiasa. She had a shot on goal in that first chucker, very narrowly putting that one wide. Robertito Zeda trying to convert also a penalty and putting that one just wide, a penalty for. And also Geronimo Obregon trying to do the nearly impossible, which is take a ball more or less from the halfway line when they got awarded with a 5B. So that is Team Dundas. Oriflamme in the black flamey shirts. You can see the sleeves there. I think that's supposed to simulate or emulate a flame. We've got at number 1 Jason Crowder, who just played that ball into the danger zone. At number 2 Frankie Bilbao, who had a bit of attack issue in that first chucker. At number 3 then Ben Shepherd, and at number 4 of course Jason Warren.
So a whistle on the play right here, and it looks like a penalty 5A awarded to the team in white, Dundas. So Geronimo Obregon going back, happy with the ball, just waiting for players to get in position and the umpire to call play. And here is Geronimo.
Obregon taps it in a couple of times, tees it up, and we know what a strong player he is. I've got to tell you, Steve, he is one of my favourite 5-goal players. Wouldn't be surprised if we see him go up to 6 goals in the near future. But now it's back to the number 4, and it'll be Jason Warren for Oriflamme. Can he do something with this? And of course the two Jasons, very instrumental in this game. It'll be Crowder, and that's a nice little combination play, sending it back to Warren. Warren able to make contact, but he's got a man on straight away, but enough space and enough time to open those shoulders. A little shot maybe now if Ben Shepherd can get underneath this ball, and it just went wide. So things are starting to happen now here for Oriflamme.
Oriflamme getting some different combinations going. Jason Crowder to Jason Warren, and then Ben Shepherd takes a shot on goal, just narrowly missing that left-hand post. So wide to the left-hand side with 6:18 on the clock, and once again, Geronimo Obregon, this time a one-time shot off the back line.
Looking for a white shirt. Cambiasa tucks in behind, hovering, waiting for the unforced error, but straight away, Warren on that play. They're on the boards. A nice little breakaway into the open field, heading it straight toward the commentator's booth. And that's a solid first touch. But Sarah Siegel-Magnus, she's going to have to deal with Jason Crowder. He looks over his shoulder. He sees Cambiasso. Sends it over to the tail. Nicely done. He's not quite found, or has he? Number 2, Frankie Bilbao. He got a piece of it. He's still in possession. Cambiasso needs to clear the way. There's a little flick shot. Oh, nicely played. Like I said, the combination's now starting to work, as Crowder wanted to go through Geronimo Obregon. And another whistle on that play.
Yeah, fouling the second man as Geronimo came in to make a play, and didn't flatten out to the line, crossing after the shot with a man coming down. And, of course, this is going to be an open goal. And one of the things here that the umpires look at is positions of the players on the field. And Jason Crowder was well downfield, and all Frankie Bilbao had to do was pound that ball to him, and Crowder would have been all alone. So a 40-yard undefended penalty 3 coming here for Oriflamme.
Well, this could be possibly the second goal of the game, and if it ends up being a goal, it would be the second penalty goal of the game. Not yet seen a goal coming out of regular play, but we're not there just yet. And let's see who's going to step up to the plate. It'll be Jason Warren. Very calm, very, very together, and Jason Warren gets the first score here for Oriflamme, and like I said, out of a penalty situation, reducing the deficit to just 2-1 now. But still, Steve, I'm sure you'll agree with me, it's not yet got the kick that we were expecting.
I agree, yeah, but we know that both of these teams can fly up and down the field, so it's gonna happen. It's just a question of when. Both these teams feeling each other out here a little bit in the preliminary stages of this game. So umpire Dorniak puts the ball back on the ground, and it's Mia Cambiaso and Jason Warren come together over there on the far boards. And now joining the mix is Geronimo Obregon. Jason Crowder in there as well, and a little sword fight going on between Geronimo and Crowder, and Mia Cambiaso with a near side shot, but into a pony. And now Obregon with a near side back shot. Nobody home on that play, and it looks like Jason Warren back there with Robertito Zeta. Zeta digging the ball off the boards, backed up by Obregon, and now Obregon decides to go down the field and give Zeta a target to hit to, and he does just that. Jason Crowder, he thinks he's on the line, and so does Geronimo Obregon. And both of them come together, a back shot out of there by Frankie Bilbao, and coming in is Jason Warren, and another whistle on the play, a right-of-way violation right here, Yan.
Yeah, we saw that one coming. He thought he might just get away with it, but again, you mentioned it earlier, Steve. The umpires will be looking exactly the position of where those players are, and if they deem it to be too close, where it could possibly be a health and safety issue, of course, the welfare of the ponies always coming in first slot here. So a tough call, but I think a right call because, like I said, we could see that,
that window was closing.
Yeah.
And of course they'll give a penalty for here, and the reason for that is it might be 5 yards beyond center, but beyond the 60, excuse me. But it's brought to the 60-yard line, so it's a one hit or one hit at. Had they made this a penalty 5, then the player could dribble, and then shoot. And, of course, everybody's around the goal, so they move it to the 60-yard line for the safety of the ponies and the players.
So that wind picking up a little bit, that wind not dying down. He's going to have to factor that one in. And it'll be Robertito Zeda. Umpires not just called play. I can see one of the umpires, I believe it's Roddy Matthews, just dismounting. Just looks like he's filling a little hole there, or getting rid of some debris. So once he's back on the saddle, and of course that's also very important to make sure that we don't have any unnecessary situations that could possibly injure a pony and be a hazard factor for either the player or the pony. So he's back in the saddle again now, and I'm sure he will have given Gaston the nod, who of course is standing at the ball or over the ball, to allow Robertito Zeda to take this penalty for. Once again, very high in the sky, but that southeasterly wind just pushing that ball. We had the same situation earlier, so they need to factor that in next time maybe. Send it over a little bit further to the left if the ball gets carried by the wind. So unlucky there for Robertito Zeda. That's the second penalty that he wasn't able to convert, and as I say, I'm pretty sure that's down to the very strong wind, which is not showing any signs of letting up. Once again on the move now with the number 4, Warren, for Oriflamme. A nice little touch there from Cambiaso. Picked up by Obregon. He might have a crack and run this one himself. Obregon, look at that pony open up. Obregon leaving the first man, Frankie Bilbao, behind. Obregon on a clear run to goal now. Now this is what we came here for. Obregon under the neck. Oh, so close. But that is the 12th goal that we have come accustomed to here at the limited edition.
A nice run right there, and a back shot off of Zeta's mallet to Obregon, and Obregon just squeaking ahead of Frankie Bilbao, but putting that ball to the right-hand side. So Dundas on the move with an offensive play, just unable to find the uprights.
So with 3:10 left on the clock, courtesy change. So still, Steve, agree with me if you will, or don't if you feel like it. Still not really that flow on both of these teams, Dundas and Oriflamme.
It's a little choppy right now, a little bit choppy, and of course an important game for both of these teams, so still in the feeling out process. And, we'll see if things get going here on these fresh ponies that the players are off changing onto right now. So all of the Dundas squad is back, waiting on a couple players from Oriflamme. You know what Oriflamme is? It's a banner on a lance, and it's a French term.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And Ben Shepard, wanted, he says everything's always with Argentine names, and he wanted something different. So that's where Oriflamme comes from.
Understood. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, speaking of, the Middle Ages, the sign that they do in the army when they sort of salute you, well, that also comes from the jousting. When the two knights that used to do the jousting, they had that, that visual thing that they used to, put down to protect their face. Well, this is where that comes from when they drop down the guard on their faces. Yeah, that's where that comes from. A lot of history, of course, in the equine world. Here we go back to the action, and Oriflamme with a nice long ball. And that's going to be taken over the halfway line. Cambiasso not able to pick that one up. Crowder tries to send it up to the front. Oh, that's a perfect pass. He's got two to choose from there. Ben Shepherd. But he did have Sarah Siegel-Magnus trying to take him out of the equation. And now things are starting to heat up nicely, Steve.
Yeah, we're finally getting some momentum going right here, right now. And Geronimo Obregon, he's going to change that. Look at Zeta taking Jason Crowder out of the play, allowing Geronimo to check down. Mia going to the left-hand side, and now Zeta calls for that long ball, which Geronimo Obregon sends to him, but Zeta unable to get that bouncing ball, and Crowder turning things back around. He's got Jason Warren up front of him. Frankie Bilbao going to fall in behind. Crowder keep working that ball down the field. Geronimo Obregon back, trying to put it over to the right-hand side, and now Jason Warren right there, but not enough. That pass falling just a little bit short, and now Jason Crowder coming in to play cleanup and puts it between the uprights. So, first goal from the field by both of these teams, and Jason Crowder getting the second goal for Oriflamme. First on a penalty 3, and now a goal from the field.
And with that, of course, the equaliser. So we have 3-2s on the scoreboard, a minute and a half left, or just over a minute and a half left to play by the time they get back to the halfway line. So, good to see that things are now, as you said, Steve, picking up a little bit of momentum, opening up nicely. And I'm pretty sure we still have quite a lot of goals to be scored here in the remaining, a little over a minute now in chukker number 2. And then, of course, 4 more chukkers right thereafter.
So Oriflamme winning this bowl in, and Jason Warren pops it out. Jason Crowder's going to go back, ridden off there by Mia Cambiasso, and Crowder with a centering back shot right here. Jason Warren read the play nicely, and now Frankie Bilbao picking up the loose ball. Ben Shepherd going downfield. Frankie Bilbao with a one-time shot. Didn't quite get all of it, and now Geronimo Obregon will go back and turn things towards the outside. Robert Tito Zeta breaking downfield. Cambiasso coming in there to help things along. Cambiasso right now on the offside. Unable to make contact with the ball. Now Crowder picks it up. Zeta intercepts that play, and now Zeta, he's all alone, headed towards that north goal with a high lofting shot right there. He's got Cambiasso out front. Cambiasso on the near side with a nice shot over towards the goal and through the goal. So a one-time shot, and that is going to end chukker number 2 with a score of 3-2 in favor of the team in white, and that's Dundas. So stay with us. We'll take a short break, and we'll be back for the final chukker of the first half here in the limited edition 12 goal, and you're watching live on CTV Sports.
We're here at the Santa Rita Polo Farm where the PTF Polo ASSN Junior Tournament is being held for the first time ever at this location. And I mean, could you get a more beautiful venue? Probably not. The tournament includes players of all ages, starting with the youngest at just 2 years old and the oldest at 20 years old. So you've got all ages, all skill levels, and a whole lot of fun. Let's go check it out.
It reminds me of my days when I was in that position playing the kids tournament, and for us it meant the world. So I'm very happy to be here supporting my son and other kids as well, because I think they really enjoy this, and for them it's even more important than for us probably playing the 26 or the 22.
Well, that's a wrap on the PTF Polo ASSN Juniors Tournament at the Santa Rita Polo Farm. So much incredible talent coming up through the ranks. The future is certainly bright for the sport of polo. Now, for more information on the PTF, head to polotraining.org. And of course, head to Chucker TV for all of our awesome content, including full game broadcasts.
Welcome back, everybody. Here we go. Things starting to heat up quite nicely now here, and especially right at the end of that second chucker, Mia Cambiasso putting a very nice goal on the scoreboard. As I said, right at the end of chucker number 2. And with that, of course, puts the team Dundas in the lead. Remember, they came in with a goal in hand, playing off 11 goals, a team handicap. Then we saw Sarah Siegel Magnus scoring in the first chucker. It's quite interesting to see that only the ladies, Steve, are scoring at the moment here in Team Dundas. We saw 2 goals coming from the two Jasons, Jason Warren with a penalty 3 and Jason Crowder out of regular play. So interesting little start there. Here we go then, chucker number 3 about to start. I hand it over to you, Stevie.
Alrighty, thank you, Yan. And yeah, chucker number 3 about to get underway right here. Both of these teams with a 1-1 record playing their final game today of bracket play, and then we'll know who goes to the finals, which right now is scheduled for Saturday, and you can go to gcpolo.com for the latest schedules. And just waiting on players to return to the field, so waiting on one more Oriflamme player, and we'll get things underway. We ended checker number 2 with a near side neck shot by Mia Cambiasso to score and end chucker number 2. So we'll start with a bowl in from the center off the hand of Gaston Dorniak, one of our international umpires, along with Roddy Matthews out there doing duty today. So Ben Shepard comes out to join the other 7 players. Gaston Dorniak shows the players the ball and throws that ball back in play, and here we go. And Mia Cambiasso breaking out of that bowl-in, winning that bowl-in. Bowl-in's a very important part of the game, and now Cambiasso puts it over towards center, but it's going to check out of the play, which allows Jason Crowder to go back with and retrieve the ball, and turning the ball underneath his horse's neck, and now Cambiasso comes in. Crowder drops it off for Frankie Bilbao. Bilbao on that great pony has Jason Warren over towards the center. Jason Crowder straight down the field, but Geronimo Overgon going to go back and put a little flip shot back over to Mia Cambiasso. Cambiasso turns it back towards the outside, and now with a shot over here along the boards, ridden off there by Jason Warren. Jason Warren checking down, going to do the near side back shot. Puts it over the boards, and didn't mean to do that, but we'll have a change of possession play right here.
Well, nice to see for a change, see that they've come over to our side of the field. For a minute there, I thought they were trying to avoid us. Quick count here, taken quickly by Geronimo Obregon now. We know, I was just about to say, we know how he likes to special delivery, send those balls deep down the field, but it's intercepted, sent straight back, as Oriflamme could capitalise on this. Crowder going up, wanting that ball, just holding back a little bit too long here. Frankie Bilbao will leave that one now for the captain with the number 4, Jason Warren.
Warren right here, backed up by Crowder, trying to get around Cambiasso, and he's doing just that. Now he tries to spurt ahead, but hits the ball a little bit too far to the right-hand side, which allowed Cambiasso to get on it. But a whistle right there, and Roddy Matthews right on top of the play.
So a little bit under 6 minutes left to play. To me, it looked a bit like could have been on a turning foul. Player turning on the ball. Of course, you can't do that. So let's wait and see what the umpires decide to award here.
Turning was the call on the play, and of course it'll be a penalty for 60-yard defended shot. Since there was no possession on that play, and now the team in black does get possession, so a penalty for it. That, in my opinion, a good ball placement. I don't think that deserves an open goal penalty.
I agree. I totally agree. Down to the possession factor, of course. So we've had the situation once before, and I'm pretty sure that both Jason Warren and Jason Crowder will have taken note of that factor, i.e. the wind. So let's see if maybe now on this occasion Jason Warren can get it just where he wants it to go. Oh, Well, he hit it with a lot of power. It was deflected by Cambiasso, but the ball's still in that danger zone. And that ball, again, on the second attempt, just going slightly wide, but he definitely took the right shot there, the right iron, shall we say. He didn't hit it too high, not allowing the wind to get underneath or over to the side of it. And very good defending there by Mia Cambiasso. I think the horse was a little bit stung by that. You could see she just had to control her pony, but well done, Mia Cambiasso. And even on the second attempt there, that ball not going through the upright. So again, dodging bullet. Still 3-2, 5.5 to go.
Obregon brings the ball in, one-time tap, and then a long shot looking for Sarah Siegel Magnus. Magnus unable to get to it. Crowder picking up the loose ball and now turns that ball back towards the inside of the field. Ridden off there by Robertito Zeta, and Zeta with a neck shot over to the far boards. Ben Shepard staying right there with Zeta, and now Zeta with a back shot, but blocked by Crowder, and now Obregon coming in. Raking the ball off the boards, a one-time shot, and Crowder and Obregon come together, and a hook on the play by Crowder, picked up now by Jason Warren. Warren unable to keep it going. Zeta picking up the line and the right-of-way. Warren's going to come in front, and a right-of-way violation right there in front of us.
Yep, well, clear as daylight, and of course also seen by our two mounted officials, Mr. Matthews from the United Kingdom and Gaston Dorignac from Argentina. Of course, a hit from the spot, a penalty 5A in favour of the team in white, in favour of Dundas. Quickly taken. This time it's kept nice and low. Obregon, he's found Cambiasso. Nice pick up by Cambiasso, but she slightly overcooked it as that ball went over to the left-hand side, where the captain with the number 4, Jason Warren, was able to at least block that attack. As we have another whistle.
50. Hang on. 60.
Umpires just comparing how and what they saw there to then determine which penalty they will give.
And it's going to be a penalty 4 right there, right-away violation, when the Obregon jumping on that line and right away, and Jason Warren coming across, and thought he had enough time when he started out, but Obregon closing that window, closing that gap, and a forced foul right here, a forced error on Oriflamme. And you know what? When you make those plays, you're actually taking plays away from your opponent, so a good play right there by Geronimo Obregon.
So another penalty situation. Penalty 4. I'm pretty sure that this young man, Robertito Zeta, well, he was just about to take a run up to that ball. And we've had another whistle just stopping the play. Now Gaston Dorignac is given the green light, given the go-ahead. So once again, second run up here for Robertito Zeta. Oh, again, he got the angle right, but a nice little block here. And all three players, or three of the players there of Oriflamme, immediately raising up their mallet. And we have had a whistle. How did you see that, Steve?
Well, the ball was deflected off an Oriflamme player's mallet and centering it at an angle to the back line, and then they jumped on the line, and Mia Cambiasso came across, so that drew the umpire's whistle. So a penalty 5A right here for the Oriflamme team, and here is Jason Warren. Warren with a tap, got all his players to the left, and now Frankie Bilbao is going to break over to the right-hand side. But Warren just keeping control. They're giving him a lot of room, a lot of field right here, not putting too much pressure on. So Warren just slowly moving down the field. That is not walking. His horse is not walking speed. So no delay of game call here. And now a back shot there. Cambiasso coming in to break things up. And now Obregon going to turn that ball back around. Turned it first and out of the air, and Obregon with a bouncing ball. He's got Mia Cambiasso going downfield, and Cambiasso looks over her shoulder. Jason Crowder going back there as well. Sarah Siegel Magnus coming in to back things up, and Jason Crowder on the line, and right away is going to force and air on the Dundas team. And right now, we've got a score of 3-2 with 3:43 on the clock, and I believe we will have our courtesy horse change here at the same time.
Indeed we will. So, as I said, things heating up quite nicely now, but it's still quite thin on the ground as far as goals are concerned. It's not that many, but, and you said it yourself just now, Steve, a few moments ago, a lot of space being allowed to be given, which is unusual, especially with these two teams.
Yeah, you don't want to give Jason Warren too much room. He's a good 3-goal player, and Dale and I were comparing him the other day to some 4-goal players and 2-goal players, and also Leo Mendelbaum has had a great season here at 3 goals as well. So the players quickly changing horses, courtesy horse change brought in by Melissa Ganzi and the Grand Champions Polo Club, and now a tournament condition. So once again, Grand Champions Polo Club being a leader, not a follower, as all players return to the field, and a penalty 5A coming in favor of the team in the black shirts. In Oriflamme, we'll put the ball back in play.
So, 3:43 on the clock, courtesy change over and done with. And let's see if Oriflamme, they have a long way to go. Again, a lot of space being given here to Jason Warren. Sends it out to the right-hand side. First man at the scene of the crime will be Obregon. Sends it back. Looking for Cambiasso. Yeah, slightly wrong-footed. Crowder gets there first. His line. Little flick shot there, sending it up to Frankie Bilbao. Bilbao now just needs to get past Obregon. Chooses to take the scenic route. What will he do now? Go for the under the next shot. Here it comes. Well, a little bit of an issue to try and centre that ball. A very, very tight angle. Got pushed to the right. And that ball, as I say, just going over the back line. 3 minutes left on the clock. And waiting for Oriflamme to get that equaliser to make it 3 apiece. Sent back by Crowder. Nicely done. Powerful backhand. And at the feet of Frankie Bilbao. He takes a shot and makes mincemeat out of that one. So there is, no sooner had I said it, the equaliser. It all started with that very powerful backhand from Jason Crowder. And then Frankie Bilbao just puts it in the back of the net.
Yeah, Frankie looking for an open window to shoot, allowing players to clear out of there, and they did. And then he saw the opening and took the shot. A bit of a cut shot, but successful shot as well. So now the game all tied up once again with a set of 3s on the scoreboard, and 3 players from Oriflamme all scoring, 2 from the field and 1 on a penalty 3, which was by Jason Warren. So the ball back on the ground, and Jason Warren looking for a player to hit to, and sends it up to Ben Shepard, and Ben Shepard right here with a nice shot down the field, leaves Cambiasso behind. Shepard working the ball towards goal, but Cambiasso rides off Crowder with a near side shot. Now the offside, clearing that ball out in front of the opponent's goal. Jason Crowder faking a back shot, turns that pony around. Geronimo Obregon in there as well. Now Frankie Bilbao comes in, picks up the loose ball. Bilbao taking the ball underneath his horse's neck. He's got to get back to the center somehow, trying to leave Obregon behind, and Jason Warren is trying to run interference, and a whistle on the play. So we'll see what the umpires call here.
Well, there is that whistle with 1 minute and 15 left on the clock. So will one of these two teams get literally a last minute goal in this first half? I'm pretty sure that they will, both team captains will be reviewing and analysing that first half to come back here and hopefully finish strong in the second half. Really, at the moment, it's anyone's game. So, play is called. It's going to be hit from the spot deep in their own half here by Dundas. Clock ticking down now. There comes the drive, and it's a powerful drive indeed, straight into the melee of players. And that ball being chased there by Mia Cambiasso.
Jason Warren coming in to take the ball over to the far boards, backed up right there by Ben Shepard, and Warren checking down. And that ball once again over the boards, so Warren having a little bit of a tough time today, keeping the ball between the boards. So a change of possession play right here. Dorniak counts 8 seconds, drops the ball, and gives Robert Tito 5 seconds to hit the ball, which he does. A high lofting shot. Breaking out front is Mia Cambiaso. Cambiaso taking the ball straight towards goal and just wide to the left-hand side. That's our first horn, so that's going to end Chucker number 3 with a score of 3-3 right here in the limited edition 12 goal. Stay with us for half number 2 right here on CTV Sports.
As far as barns go, it's 10 points. The weather, the scenic views are unbelievable. To be up here in the mountains in this weather, I don't think you have many choices nicer than this.
I feel like we have some really competitive polo up here. It's friendly competitive polo.
The place is amazing. Good polo fields, good players, good horses, so it's a good experience. It's really good.
Club, they have empanadas there, they have Argentine style barbecue.
I'm in love with this place. The club is really nice, the people is really good.
At least what I can see is that it's an amazing place to be playing polo with the family and with good friends, enjoying, and the weather is great. I can't complain at all.
There's so much to do up here, and people are great, and there's some of the best polo in the country up there.
I think this is the place to play polo in the summer.
It's as good as it gets for summer polo.
This may be my new home.
As soon as our child is old enough, she's going to be in their polo school.
You just want to be a horse in that barn.
Welcome back, everybody. We're still waiting for the players to come out onto the field, but it's a chance to give us a little breakdown or a run back over that first half. And as Steve and I, we were just talking here in the interval here, it's been a bit of a hit and miss first half here. Both teams taking their time to get their rhythm really going. The first chukker ended with a goal, well, 2 goals to nil. Remember, Dundas coming in off 11 goals handicap. Sarah Siegel-Magnus, the only lady, the only player to score in that first chukker. So they left the field 2 goals to nil after that one score. And then chukker number 2, it was kind of a reverse. Jason Warren and Jason Crowder both getting their names on the score sheet. But it was the second lady in that team, Dundas, Mia Cambiasso, getting her first goal of the match. So they left the field 3 goals to 2, still in the lead. And then also Dundas with an unanswered goal in chukker number 3. We saw Frankie Bilbao score in chukker number 3 for Oriflamme, and that is how they left the stage at half-time, 3 goals apiece. We're just waiting now for the players to come back out here in full force to get the second half underway, and a chance for us to remind you, of course, that we have our second very important cross-bracket match of the limited edition 12 goal coming up right after this on the field behind us, the Aspen field, which is right behind us. So, but Steve, as I said, not really the game that we expected.
No, we expected a flyer, and both teams have not been able to do that today. In fact, Oriflamme kept Dundas scoreless in chukker number 3. So, as you mentioned, an unanswered goal, but a score of 3-3. Dundas receiving 1 on handicap. Penalty 2 by Sarah Siegel-Magnus in the first period, and score by Mia Cambiasso in the second period, giving them a total of 3. And for Oriflamme, they were unable to score in the first period, but a penalty 3 in the second chukker, and a goal from the field by Jason Crowder also in the second chukker. And then in chukker number 3, Frankie Bilbao scored. So both teams having a scoreless chukker, Oriflamme in the first and Dundas in the third. And we will start with a knock-in up front of the north goal. The goal to our right-hand side if you're watching from the center camera. And how did they get here? Well, Oriflamme defeated Grand Champions Polo Club, and that was last Sunday. And then a week ago today, Dundas played Grand Champions Polo Club, and Dundas edged them out by a score of 12-8. And then Windswept played Oriflamme with a score of 15-6. So Windswept, not only with a 2-0 record, but also racking up a lot of net goals. And Windswept beat the team in white, Dundas, by a score of 11-9. So Windswept with 3 Merloses on the team, and that will be the next 12-goal game right after this one. And Windswept is sitting pretty so far.
They are indeed, and you said the key word here, windswept. Well, I think at the moment both of these teams are suffering from quite a strong wind, which is, as I said, not showing any signs of letting off or letting up. That southeasterly wind has had an impact on this game. We saw a couple of penalty 4s being taken, and the ball high, the ball straight, but the wind just carrying that ball out to the side. So something which, of course, both of these teams, I'm sure the captains will have mentioned in that halftime break to be aware of, to keep that ball a little bit lower, a little bit straighter, to not let enough wind or too much wind get underneath those kind of shots. Players coming back out onto the field. And as you said, Steve, we will continue the action from where Polo ended at the end of that first half. 3-3 in this limited edition 12-goal 2023. Coming to you, of course, on CTV Sports, live from Santa Rita Grand Champions Polo Club.
So just waiting on two more Oriflamme players. The team in black. Ben Shepard, all the way from UK, opened an office in Miami and loves playing here. He said he listens to the announcers here on CTV Sports. He told Dale and I that, and he told Jason Warren to go back and review some of the games they've played, because we say, if he'd have been on the near side, he'd have been okay. So he wants Jason to do that. Also, John Schneider, who played in the 6th goal, said the same thing, that he listens to us and he's learning a lot. He's been playing polo for 5 years now. Of course, Ben Shepard has been playing polo for 3 years. So both of them having a learning experience by watching and listening to us here on CTV Sports. So the umpire's blowing the whistle. The ball is set down for a knock-in by the Oriflamme team, and Jason Warren circling his pony around to put the ball back in play. Umpire calls play. Here comes Jason Warren with a tap-in. Mia Cambiaso going to stay right there with him and put a little pressure on him. Frankie Bilbao breaking over to the right-hand side and a shot along the ground, but Frankie Bilbao unable to reach that ball. That ball deflected, and Warren trying to get around Cambiaso. Warren still on the move right here, now on the near side. But Cambiaso is going to gain control and the line and the right away. But Jason Crowder changed his helmet and now comes back in as well and making a play on the ball. And Jason Warren still on the near side, and Robertito Zeta with an offside back shot. Hit out of there by
Crowder.
Crowder,
yeah.
Yes.
Well, you were just mentioning his helmet change, and of course we know Jason Crowder is just a little superstitious, and I know quite a lot of polo players are, and maybe that change of helmet, because it's definitely paying dividends, getting the first score off here in this second half. Jason Crowder with a new helmet.
Yeah, now we have 3 players out there with blue helmets on. Jason Warren, Jason Crowder, and Ben Shepard, and of course Sarah Siegel-Magnus. We can tell her helmet different, and now a whistle and a tack time right here. Something not quite right on Ben Shepard's pony. So they're just going to check this pony out. So seems to be okay. So the safety of the ponies, top priority here at the Grand Champions Polo Club. Roddy Matthews will line them up once again. Wants a clean lineup. Stay on your own side, players. And the ball's back in play, and Frankie Bilbao is going to win this bowl in. Jason Warren taking out Mia Cambiaso, allowing Frankie Bilbao to send a shot downfield up to Jason Crowder. Crowder on the near side goes for the next shot. Robertito Zeta, that ball is not going to quite reach the goal, but Zeta backs it out of there, and Warren coming across, and another whistle on the play.
Well, definitely they're starting a lot stronger here, both of these teams. A lot more running and open polo as to what we saw in the first half. So, but how often have we seen that, Steve? That, you know, a game which is a little bit lethargic, shall I say, not quite getting that flow going, and then they go to the halftime break. They talk about it, they change the strategy, change the game plan, and all of a sudden we've got a completely different game on our hands.
Yes, we do. And now Jason Warren with an offside back shot, but only Robertito Zeta turning on the ball. Allowing Obregon to come on through, and now Zeta with a long shot downfield. And Geronimo Obregon coming back as well as Jason Crowder. Crowder with an offside tail shot. But Zeta playing a good conservative number 4, couldn't quite put a handle on it, and Jason Warren's going to pick up the loose ball. Robertito Zeta, unable to keep it going, but Bilbao coming along, backing him up, hits a shot downfield. Robertito Zeta wants to break things up, but unable to get to it, and now Jason Warren will let ball stay on the field. Warren tries to turn it back around, but picked up by Zeta. Zeta backed up by Cambiaso. Now Robertito gonna leave it for Geronimo Obregon. Obregon with a tap just behind Bilbao. Now with a shot downfield, looking for Sarah Siegel-Magnus. Sarah dropping that pony's head, going down, unable to keep the ball alive and going. And Bilbao on the near side, bringing it back across the field. Falling in behind is going to be Jason Warren, and Bilbao gets around Obregon. Bilbao still on the fly right here, and now Bilbao with a next shot towards goal, and as Dale Schwetz would say, that ball has eyes and right on through. So Frankie Bilbao taking that ball just across center field with a deep neck shot right through the uprights.
Yeah, that was great play here. Great play. This game is coming alive now, and that is the second score for Frankie Bilbao. Remember, he got onto the score sheet in Chukka number 3, and he's now doing the same here in Chukka number 4. And with that, Dale, we have, I beg your pardon, Dale and Steve. Dale's just joined us. That is elegance in motion. Dale would like to say poetry in motion. We have a 2-goal cushion now in favor of Oriflamme, leading by 5 goals to 3.
Roddy Matthews puts the ball back on the ground, picked up there by Bilbao, hooked out of the play by Obregon. And now a whistle on the play. So we'll see what the umpires call right here. That play happened right in front of us, but I think a couple of players got tangled up and the mallet was underneath the horse's tail. And if that's ever happened to you, it's tough to get that strap off your hand because they clamp down on that mallet, and some of them will even actually buck a little bit.
No, that actually has happened to me, and he's doing the right thing there. Man with the number 3 at Ben Shepherd. He's just going to walk that pony off, get himself a fresh set of legs. But whilst he's doing that, Steve, let's just talk about briefly or touch on how this game has completely changed here since they've come back out here in the second half. Oriflamme getting the better start into the second half with 2 scores now. One, as I say, coming from Jason Crowder, and I'm putting that down to his new helmet, or his changed helmet. And, of course, that super goal we saw just a few moments ago by Frankie Bilbao.
Yeah, 2-goal lead right here by the team in black, Oriflamme. And you know what? Maybe that's because they're wearing black. Dundas usually wears black, too. But Oriflamme being the first to show up with the black jerseys today on the field, and Dundas in white, and that might be their nemesis.
You a bit superstitious too, Steve?
Not at all, knock on wood.
So, just giving the player a moment or two. Ben Shepherd, as I say, just walking his pony off. And we've got the godfather of all microphones himself, Dale Schwartz. Come and say hello to us, Dale. Come into our little mobile studio. Good morning to you, sir.
Hey, welcome to the man cave, as they say. Welcome, guys. Yeah, interesting game. I agree with you on this one. This one, 2 of the strongest teams. But as Steve was saying, I heard you guys your conversation there. When you get 2 good teams that are so strong and fast, running, gunning teams, they turn into defensive battles because the defense wins championships. So they start slowing it down. They try to change their pace. Back in the day, I always used to say faster the better. So, and right here on the Santa Rita Polo farm, Buenos Aires field, these fields are ready to rock and roll. So, it seemed like it picked up a little bit after that halftime. I think they went in, and maybe the first half, they were saving a few horses. I think you're probably going to see everybody lined out here pretty well on these last 3 chuckers, mounted very well. They might have saved a few. Remember, we're getting into the season here. We're a month in. We had some horses. They got to rest them. Things like that happen. And, let's see what teams come together here. So, looks like they got Ben back. Super fun guy. As he was saying, I was hearing him talk to him. It's great to hear a guy learning so much from the game. Guys, take it away.
Thank you very much. Great to have you with us, Dale Schwartz, of course. So, Steve, 5 goals to 3. A hit from the spot. Play is called. It'll be taken by the man with his very, very fancy helmet here, Mr. Jason Crowder. Sends that one up. Down the field, it's intercepted. Dundas thankful for any kind of ball possession they can get. Cambiasa going up, anticipating that ball. Now they went slightly out to the right-hand side. Man with the number 3 here, Robertito Zeta, will try and allow a little space here for Obregon, and we know what a powerful hitter is. All the elegance of touches there by Frankie Bilbao, turning things around once again. Nice touch on the near side. Cambiaso on his hip, trying to and doing very well in regaining possession for Dundas. Turns the ball halfway down into her own field, trying to get it back towards that halfway line. And Oriflamme, really, Flames coming alive now here with a clear run on to goal. Surely that will be a walk in the park. And Frankie Bilbao picking up his 3rd goal of the match and extending that lead now to 3 goals, 6 goals to 3 after that great little run here. And the scorer being, of course, Frankie Bilbao.
Bilbao picking up that loose ball and then jumping out ahead of Zeta. Zeta unable to catch him. So Bilbao having a great run towards goal. And as you mentioned, Yan, his 2nd goal of the period. So his 3rd goal of the day, 2nd goal of the period, and once again, umpire Matthews will bring him back towards center where he'll throw the ball back in play. Ben Shepherd up front. In comes Jason Warren. And who's going to win that battle? Cambiaso in there as well. Cambiaso now having to clear out of there. Warren with a little soft shot downfield, and Frankie Bilbao putting that ball out in front for Jason Crowder. Jason Crowder on the near side. Geronimo coming in there as well, breaks up the play, and now here comes Ben Shepard taking a stab at it. Jason Warren gets by Robert Tito. Warren working the ball towards goal. He's got Mia Cambiaso up there as well. Cambiaso with a back shot over to Zeta, and now Zeta has the ball on his offside, but playing back there with him is Frankie Bilbao, having a hot chucker here in chucker number 4, 1:36 on the clock. A back shot by Bilbao to Crowder. Crowder spins his horse around. Got Obregon and Zeta back there with him both, and now Warren with a shot up front, looking for Shepard. That ball deflected off of a pony, and now Geronimo Obregon comes in there with a hard ride-off right there by Jason Crowder, but Zeta's going to end up with the ball. Zeta up to Sarah Siegel-Magnus. Sarah with a nice shot downfield. Jason Warren was going to play her for a miss on that play, and that might have been a mistake because Sarah Siegel-Magnus has that pony picking them up and putting them down, and she's trying to get that ball back over towards the center. Mia Cambiaso took out Jason Warren temporarily, but Warren with an offside back shot now goes over, and Jason Crowder picks up that back shot. He's got Frankie Bilbao well downfield. Oh, what a stab out of the air by Obregon, breaking things up because Frankie Bilbao would have been gone. A great play there by Bilbao. And now Obregon able to pick up his own shot. That pony getting him back towards the ball, now out front ahead of Jason Warren. Obregon taking it towards goal to end chucker number 4 with a score by Obregon. So things have picked and sped up here, Yan. So we will end chucker number 4 with a goal by the Dundas team. Still down by 2. Stay with us for chucker number 5 on CTV Sports.
I am Nick Weaver. I am the co-founder and COO of Blue Delta Gene Co. I probably measured over 30,000 butts, 7 feet tall and 7 feet wide. Doesn't matter. It is fun making people happy. When you make a garment that fits, that's one thing. When you make a garment fit and look good, that's another thing. And we are very good at the latter. We have grown our company by taking care of people. We have grown by making jeans that fit. There are some things that will never change: where it's made, how it's made, and who's making them. Every jean is one of one. But now we can get you measured from anywhere in the world. We have rolled out a virtual tailor system, blown away with the technology. It's unbelievable how accurate it is. It's a quick, easy, touchless way so we can get the measurements to make you a pair of damn good jeans.
Welcome back to CTV Sports. I'm Steve Lane here with Jan Eric Frank, getting ready to get chucker number 5 underway as we ended chucker number 4 with a great score there by Geronimo Obregon for Dundas. So a score of 6-4, Oriflamme in the lead, and they are wearing the black shirts today, along with Ben Shepard, Frankie Bilbao, Jason Warren, and Jason Crowder for the team in black. For Dundas, the team in white, Sarah Siegel-Magnus, Mia Cambiaso, Robert Tito Zeta, and Geronimo Obregon. So we've got all 8 players right here on the field, and Jason Crowder just looking for a little Bit of a warm-up. Ben Shepard, Sarah Siegel Magnus playing the number 1 position in that bowl-in, and Geronimo Obregon busting out of there, and he's got 3 horse lengths on the nearest player, which is Crowder, and Obregon taking the ball directly towards goal. Doesn't need to tap it anymore, and now a 1-goal difference.
Well, you know what, Steve? I was literally, just as you started bringing us back here to the top of Chucker number 5, I was just about to say it'd be interesting to see how Dundas are going to come back after they've now, had that domino effect, that goal that we saw right at the end of that previous Chucker. And I was going to say, I would not count my chickens just yet. This still has a lot of polo in it, this game. And you said it yourself, just 1 goal in it, so a great way to start Chucker number 5, and a completely different game to what we saw in the first half.
It certainly is, and Obregon winning another bowl in, sending that ball deep into an offensive territory, and Robertito Zeta back, but Frank Bilbao taking that ball across the field. Bilbao going to check down and give up the play to Zeta. Zeta with a powerful offside back shot, and now Obregon jumping on that ball, but Jason Crowder right there with him. Crowder has to clear away. Obregon with a neck shot over to Cambiaso. Cambiaso has Ben Shepard on her hip, and now Cambiaso with a shot on goal just wide. So Mia having a tough day at the office when it comes to scoring goals. So now the 2 umpires come together. A whistle right now on the play with 6:06 on the clock.
Yeah, a little bit unlucky there for I do feel for her. She is always in the right place. She's got an incredible eye for the ball and an incredible sense of anticipating where she needs to be, but I'm pretty sure we know where that comes from. It must run in the family. But her finishing today has just been... But you have that. You have days like that, Steve, where, you do everything right. So I'm hoping just for her that she will get lucky, or at least... get into a situation where she can actually show what she's so good at doing, which is also scoring goals. But apart from that, her performance has been absolutely fantastic. She gets right stuck in. But this man, of course, with the number 4, Geronimo Obregon, will he get another one? It's high, and I'm sure he's factored in that wind element. It lands just slightly short, then goes and trickles over to over the back line on the left-hand side. So, would have been the equaliser. But as it stands, still 6-5 for Oriflamme.
Yeah, that was a penalty 6, a safety, so we can't blame Mia Cambiaso on missing that goal. The ball obviously deflected by a defending player, and that's why the penalty 6 came into play. And Jason Warren puts the ball over to Bilbao, and now Bilbao checking down. Got to get around Geronimo, and now sends a pass along the ground, looking for Jason Crowder, and Crowder able to get around Geronimo, and Ben Shepard coming into the play as well, just crosses over from right to left. Should have taken that ball on the near side.
Should have, absolutely, and he'll. I know he's very self-critical. He'll be. He'll understand. He'll understand that was a little bit naughty, as we say. In England, we would say he has to sit on the naughty step. We would say, and like I said, he's self-critical, and he will understand. So again, a good caller, a blatant foul, a hit from the spot is the consequence in favour of Dundas, who seem to be on a real roll here, Steve, in Chucker number 5.
Yes, they certainly are, and holding Oriflamme scoreless here so far in this period, and Obregon sends a long shot downfield. Wow, did he hammer that ball and a little bit into the wind, so that shows you what a powerful player he is. And now Jason Warren picking up the loose ball, sending it back down the field, looking for a black jersey, but nobody home. But Geronimo Obregon turns the ball back towards the center of the field, being chased there by Crowder, and Crowder unable to get the hook, and Obregon just staying ahead momentarily, and now Crowder's going to turn the ball back towards the center of the field as well. Mia Cambiaso coming with him. Frankie Bilbao busting out front of the field, but Zeta back there, and one-time back shot open to Geronimo Obregon, who reads the play very nicely. Now Obregon and Crowder. Crowder taking the ball forward, picking Obregon's pocket. Now Crowder with a back shot. Read there by Frankie Bilbao, and also Robert Tito Zeta coming back to play some defense. And that ball was turned before. No foul on that play. The umpires say play on, and now Zeta puts it up to Cambiaso. Cambiaso unable to get to it. Closes that window. Jason Crowder coming in front.
Yeah, but that was very close indeed. But let's just touch on Obregon. I mean, I told you earlier, he is one of my favourite 5-goal players, and you can see here now how hard he is working. I mean, he is fighting and battling for every single ball. And what I like about him as well, Steve, he's a team player. You know, looking for any player that's got or finds themselves in a situation where he can play that ball to. He's been trying to send the ball up to me on quite a few occasions. And that call just now here, for me, it was very, very, very hit and miss. Could have really gone either way.
Yeah, he's using all of his players, and they found Sarah Siegel Magnus a couple of times as well. So, playing that number 4 position sometimes has its advantages, because if you're sitting back, then you have the whole play right up in front of you, kind of like a catcher in baseball. So now Obregon, he's going to circle his pony to get it on the correct lead, which is the right lead, and the umpire calls play. Here is Obregon.
Hammers another incredible ball, but this time, yeah, you see it's still flying. Just puts it ever so slightly wide, so still no change. Oriflamme have at least managed to contain the force that is Dundas here in this second half, especially in the last 2 chukkers, and avoiding another score against them. But they need to and also come up with a remedy where they can also find the space to play their game. I slightly overcooked that one. Frankie Bilbao puts it out to the right-hand side. In comes Crowder, but Bill, once again, Obregon, Geronimo, working so hard, not able to control it. Crowder sends it to no one, into no man's land. The first man to the ball will be Zeda. Zeda sends it across. He saw in the corner of his eye that Sarah Siegel Magnus had already turned. Crowder once again thinking that he could just do enough to send that ball to Frankie Bilbao. Was a little bit short. Appealing on this occasion. Now then, Mia Cambiasso. Nice pass up to Sarah Siegel Magnus. Girl power all the way. Slightly not hitting that quite the way she would have liked. So pressure now coming in from Oriflamme as well. As I say, keeping Dundas at bay. They're still in their own half, but my lord, has this game picked up on pace. Perfect pass over the halfway line. Take it away, Steve.
Frankie Bilbao on the move right here. Oh, and a reached out hook by Obregon, breaking that drive up, and now Zeta back on the ball, and we are moving. This is the kind of polo we've been looking for. And Crowder with a near side back shot, but only Obregon there to receive that ball. Obregon keeps that bouncing ball going. Now a shot back downfield looking for Sarah Siegel Magnus. She's out front. So is Ben Shepard. Ben Shepard and Sarah come together. Ben Shepard takes her out of the play, and now Crowder turning the ball back around, trying to get around Cambiasso. Jason Warren right there as well, and a whistle on the play.
Wow. Well, that looked pretty straightforward to me. Be interesting to see what the 2 umpires decide. One thing I can tell you is that it's going to be a courtesy change, and I see one of the players over there already having dismounted. Maybe that pony just needed a rest, so the umpires are having to just pull the handbrake on that. Normally, of course, they will wait for an opportune moment to call a courtesy change. So be it as it may, 2-14, but Steve, what a cracking game.
Yeah, this game has certainly picked up in the second half, and during Jason Crowder was in possession of the ball, but no offensive play or positive play happening, so the umpires decided to blow the whistle. Then for our courtesy horse change here in chukker number 5. So don't forget our 6th and final game of bracket play taking place right after this game. And then, of course, this afternoon at 3:30, the second semifinal of the Sterling Cup.
Yeah, very much looking forward to that. We had the first semi-final yesterday. What a cracking match that was over at Grand Champions Polo Club. So make sure you tune in this afternoon. Promises to be another one of those epic matches, of course. And on that note, let me once again remind you that, of course, the WPL, the wait is over. Everybody, the wait is over. It's going to be starting and coming onto your screens on CTV Sports this Friday. Now, if you are, that's tomorrow, of course. If you are in the neighbourhood or in the area, and if you can or get into the area, you don't want to miss any of the high goal of this, the 5th year, Steve, the 5th year WPL.
Yep, the World Polo League, and we've been saying for a week now it's just around the corner, and tomorrow reality takes place.
Very much looking forward to that. And for those of you who are new to the WPL, it is the highest level of polo played anywhere on planet Earth and surrounding planets outside of Argentina. The world's best players have descended. There was a real buzz in Wellington. And remember, Wellington, about an hour and a bit drive up from Miami. And if you fly into Fort Lauderdale, you're even closer. So we'd love to have you come here at Grand Champions Polo Club, follow the action live. It's something that you really don't want to miss. And as I say, this the 5th year of the World Polo League.
Some of the best players, some of the best ponies in the world right here at Grand Champions Polo Club. And, of course, Melissa Gansey, co-founder of the World Polo League, had that idea and put it in place. So, and we get to watch it, enjoy it, and actually so do all of our viewers all around the world. So we ended with a courtesy horse change there. Nobody really having a move going, but Jason Crowder was in possession. So possession given back to the black team, and Jason Warren brings it back in. And Warren right now with the shot downfield, but unable to reach a player. Mia Cambiaso protects the line and the right of way, which allows Robert Tito Zeta to come in and meet the ball. And now Zeta in position, trying to get around Jason Warren. Zeta taking it over to the far side, and now goes for the deep neck shot, which he does contact with, and Sarah Siegel-Magnus right out front. Frankie Bilbao coming in there to play the whistle, but I did not hear a whistle on the play. But Sarah just putting that ball wide to the left-hand side, so once again, Oriflamme will bring the ball back in play.
Yeah, very unlucky there. She again found herself, like both of the ladies, both Sarah Siegel, Magnus, and Mia Cambiaso, incredible sense for knowing where they need to be. And a little bit unlucky there that she wasn't able to put that one through the upright. So the action continues. A little over a minute left to play here in Chukka number 5.
Oh, Jason Crowder receives a pass from Frankie Bilbao, but Crowder unable to make contact with the ball. Mia Cambiaso coming in there with a tail shot. Picked up here by Geronimo Obregon. Obregon couldn't quite keep it going, and a whistle on the play. So Obregon maybe whistled for his efforts on that play with Jason Crowder picking up the line and the right of way. So a penalty 5A coming in right here for the team in black, Oriflamme.
So minute and 4 seconds on the clock. And then, of course, one final chucker. Well, Oriflamme, who I'm sure was stung a little bit by the way Dundas came back after that half-time interval. It took him the better part of a chucker to get a grip and a hold on this very, very strong team. So let's see if they now, which is what they need to do, try and extend their lead again. And Dundas, of course, still chasing that equaliser, which with just under a minute left to play, it's probably all going to take place in the 6th and final chuck. And make sure that you stay with us here on CTV Sports. And of course, if you have any questions, would like to give you a shout out, please feel free to drop us a line here at CTV Sports. Happy to answer any of the questions you may have, and of course give you a shout out. Remember to tell all your friends about the WPL, which, Stevie, starts tomorrow.
Yeah, I can't wait. 8 teams in the WPL, so a lot of polo to be played, and you know what? It's fun and exciting. I'm not sure. I think we're on field 1 tomorrow, one of the major fields here at the Grand Champions Polo Club. So, and that's at 11 o'clock tomorrow, so set your calendars. You know what? People in California love when it's 10 or 11 o'clock. They're having their coffee out there, and they can tune in to the WPL. It's just a perfect time for them.
Yeah, and I would suggest take the whole of the weekend off, because there's lots of WPL action coming throughout the weekend. And Steve, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's Super Bowl weekend as well.
Oh, yeah, somebody was telling me something about a football game going on this weekend. So once again, a quick whistle. Jason Crowder whistled for a hard write-off right here. So the umpires, that's the second one in a row called on Crowder for a write-off. So we'll see if the umpires make this one hurt. And they're discussing ball placement right now. And, of course, four factors that go into ball placement or penalty selection, both interchangeable terms. Danger or severity of the foul, the location of the players on the field, the location of where the foul took place on the field, and, of course, frequency or repetition. How many times did the same team or the same player make the same foul? So, like I say, 2 right in a row right here on Jason Crowder. So the ball is put down, it's teed up, and Robert Tito Zeta will take this undefended penalty 3.
Oh, Steve, he put it wide. Robertito Zeta, he had the equalizer on the tip of his mallet, puts it wide. The clock is running down, so as I suggested, it's all going to take place in the 6th and final chukker. But that would, of course, been a great way to come back when they come back for the 6th and final chukker with a level scoreline on the scoreboard. But there are still a few seconds left to play. Can Oriflamme maybe steal a cheeky goal before they come back for the 6th and final chukker?
Well, Frankie Bilbao wanted to do just that, but Geronimo Obregon retains possession of the ball. Obregon on a run right here with 10 seconds on the clock. Obregon trying to get around Bilbao, and Jason Warren, the whistle sounds, and that is going to end chukker number 5 with a score of 6-5. Stay with us for the 6th and final chukker of regulation play, and you're watching live right here on CTV Sports.
Hi, I'm Tomacho Pérez.
Hello, I'm Nacho Figueras.
Hello, I'm Martín Muñoz.
I'm Gonzalito Pérez.
I'm Alejandro Novillo Estrada.
Hello, I'm Nacho Novillo Estrada. I'm my coach and here back in Aspen.
The World Polo League, a new breed of polo.
Welcome back, everybody. Here we go then. 6th chukker action. And Steve and I, we've just been comparing notes here. And we were just, concluding that Dundas have had their fair share of opportunities to at least draw level. But we are going to continue, of course, in just a few moments with where polo ended. And you can see Sarah Siegel-Magnus making no mistake at all. And Sarah Siegel-Magnus, once again, it's down to the ladies. She gets the much-needed equalizer. I'm sure she'll be very happy. So now, Steve, we have a game on our hands.
A lot of work going on those first 5 periods, and we're back all knotted up at 6 apiece right here. So umpire Matthews brings them back towards center of the field, and Oriflamme, the team on the right in black, Dundas, the team in white on the left. And right now, 2 players come together, and you know, Yan, when we see that play, we're 1,000% sure somebody's wrong. When a player goes for an offside back shot and another player goes for an offside forward shot. And you know what? It's very difficult to see unless you're looking right down the line who was on that line and right away. Of course, Obregon thought he was correct, and umpires saw it differently. So Jason Warren puts the ball down along the ground on that penalty 5A, and Obregon coming in there to break things up, taking that ball over to the up front to buy a little time, and turning on it is going to be Frankie Bilbao. Frankie Bilbao has been staying up front a lot this game, and Geronimo Obregon busted up a couple of passes that were meant for Bilbao, and now Obregon coming in here on that gray pony. Sends the ball, it's deflected off of a pony right there, so the umpire's quickly blowing the whistle, and we'll check out the pony and also the knee of Jason Crowder. And they are going to call dangerous use of the mallet, hitting into a pony on that play, which they have done that a lot in England, and it was done in FIP as well. So the two umpires will come together and have a bit of a discussion to see if they both agree on that play.
Yeah, that was, I mean, you said possible dangerous use of the mallet. You could see it like that, but I think it was unintentional. I'm just going to give the player the benefit of the doubt here. They are all gentlemen out there, of course, and the two ladies. So whilst we wait to see what the umpires actually decide, Gaston Dorignac there just having had a little conference with Ronnie Matthews to decide on that play. Looks like no injury sustained by either the two or the four-legged athlete. So let's see what the umpires decide to do. When in doubt, the fairest option, that seems to be the idea here now, also is to go for a throw-in, but they are deep, deep, deep in the half of Dundas, so they need to make sure that they try and get possession of the ball. Oriflamme have it. Crowder coming into the thick of it, and now a possible break. No whistle, so here we go, Steve. This could be one of those epic coast-to-coasts here. He's on the move. He's got plenty of space. The man with the number 3 on his shirt, Robertito Zeda, checks up. Zeda now needs to just keep composure. Is it going to go over? Well, he's lucky that he had Geronimo Obregon to finish what he'd started. So, a lot of great play here and a coast-to-coast. And Dundas, who, let's not forget, were trailing, now take the lead again.
Yeah, Dundas going ahead by 1, score 7-6, right here in the 6th and final chukker of regulation play. And umpire Matthews will put the ball back in play once all players have given him a clean lineup. And now Oriflamme with some pressure on them, but Geronimo Obregon winning another bowl-in and getting around Crowder, staying out front, just avoiding the hook of Jason Crowder. Obregon working towards that south end. Crowder comes in there with a swing, unable to connect. Now picked up by Jason Warren. Jason Warren and Frankie Bilbao jumps on that line and right away, and Geronimo Obregon coming back in front. The whistle blows, so I think we'll have a penalty 5A going in favor of the team in black, Oriflamme.
Yeah, but Steve, you can see, especially looking at the way Geronimo is playing, you can see how much he wants it. He really wants it now. He was denied a penalty earlier on, which he took on the chin, but you can see he's a man who's on a mission here. He wants to get this over the finishing line, but so does this young man, Jason Crowder, being ridden off hard there by, well, one of the strongest players on this game, and intercepted once again here now by Warren, the other Jason Warren looking for that equalizer. In comes Cambiasso, and she's done a great job today, Steve, always taking the initiative to when needed to come back and stop the opposition from making a break for it. So hats off to her. She's done a great job, especially in her defensive play. And Dale mentioned it earlier on, two great teams like this, you're going to have a defensive strategy. And that is how championships are won, as you well know, Steve.
Yeah, she's been very disciplined about taking a man, and she's also getting a lot of things done with the ball. However, a foul on the play going in favor of Dundas, so Geronimo Obregon circles that gray pony back around and looking for players on the field, and Sarah Siegel Magnus, they have left her alone. He tries to reach her, but In comes Bilbao. Bilbao picking up the loose ball. Now has to work around Mia Cambiaso. And now Bilbao drops that pony's head. He's out front. He got by Mia. Now can he keep the next shot going? Next shot, but unable to get the angle where he needed to hit the ball.
Very unlucky there. Deflection. He did everything right, but that's could have been the thread of this game on so many occasions. There wasn't much in it. Very, 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 very little space to work with, and a little bit unlucky, that ball just deflecting off that pony. So it stays 7-6. We're down to 4 minutes left to play, Steve.
And on the far side, Mia Cambiaso, who we just talked about, releases that ball up to Obregon. Obregon on a flyer right here, and Obregon, nobody around him. Jason Warren playing back, and he's got two players to try and break things up with, and now Crowder comes into the play as well. Frankie Bilbao sees Crowder out front, and now Crowder on the move, staying 3 horse lengths out in front of Robert Tito Zeta. Robert Tito going to the speed stick right here, and Crowder has to bring the ball back towards center. He does. A nice dribble play. That allows Zeta to come in a little bit closer. Zeta right there with him right now, and Crowder threads the needle at a difficult angle, tying this game up. 7-Up, sponsored by Coca-Cola.
Absolutely. What a cracking run there by Jason Crowder. Like I say, I'm putting it all down to that helmet. He's got me all superstitious now. Touch wood, fingers crossed. And what a great run. And I like your term there, threading the needle there. Super goal here as he comes and rides by. Yeah, a little nod of approval there to the rest of his teammates. And with 2:58 on the clock, we have our courtesy change. So all to play for. 7 goals apiece here, with just shy of 3 minutes left to play in this, the 6th and final chukker. As I say, final courtesy change just taking place now. And then, of course, let me just remind you that we have our second limited edition 12-goal, very important game coming up on your screens here on CTV right after this game is over. We're just going to move from one field literally to the one adjacent right behind us. Grand Champions Polo Club up against Windswept. So that's going to be one to look forward to. So plenty of polo to come here this morning or this afternoon. And remember, of course, as Steve mentioned earlier, this afternoon, 3:30, our second semi-final of the Sterling Cup. Dale, you looking forward to seeing that second semi-final this afternoon?
Oh, 100%. This is what it's all about. We had started with the 8-goal here. We moved to the 12-goal. Now we're up to the 22-goal. That's going to bring us to our 5th season of the 26-goal. The World Polo League, Jan Edik Frank, as you know, you've been here since the beginning. We got Steve Lane in the house with the IRO working the technology. So tune in this afternoon. I think you're going to see a lot of different plays go on. And remember, we use the double challenge system in the afternoon game. So we have one challenge per half, and that's per team. And then we also have the umpire challenge in place. So if the umpires do disagree, instead of going to the third man, well, which our IRO is the third man, IRO/third man, except we give them about 15 different angles to look at.
Yep.
And that helps out, especially when you're sitting in a nice studio and you got everything around you. You got time to breathe, just like they do it in the NFL, the NBA, all the big sports. We're taking it to a whole nother level here at CTV Sports. I think you should join us on 3:30. It'll be live from the Valiente Field 1. So if you're in town, come on down.
Thank you very much, Dale. Schwetz, players now back out on the field. So, Stevie, which way is this going to go?
You know what? This is an important bowl-in right here, in possession being a major component to see who is going to be victorious here in Game 5. So Jason Crowder, Geronimo helping him out a little bit with his stirrup leather. Jason needs to adjust that, which is sometimes difficult depending on the thickness of the stirrup leather and the stirrup hanger. So it looks like Crowder is set. He's got the right mallet. All players waiting patiently, and I'm sure he appreciates that. So he'll get in position, and Roddy Matthews will give the players the ball. Nobody advantageous. Remember, that ball does not create a line until it is left the bowl in, but Obregon coming through, and Robert Tito Zeta hooks Crowder out of the play, and now Jason Warren playing back. And Warren with a shot downfield looking for Crowder. This could be the play that they need to get some offense going right here. Crowder back over towards the center. Hooked out of there by by Geronimo, and now a back shot. And coming out of that pack is Geronimo Obregon. Obregon with a long shot downfield, cross in center field. Sarah Siegel Magnus riding Jason Warren out of the play. Frankie Bilbao in the center, but Geronimo, he does get around Warren, and now a back shot right there by Oriflamme. Robert Tito Zeta going back to retrieve the loose ball. Zeta playing a little cat and mouse right here with Jason Warren. Zeta turning it back towards the center. Warren has to clear out of the play. Now Zeta leaves it for Obregon. Obregon with a shot downfield, and he's got two players up front with Sarah Siegel Magnus and Mia Cambiaso. This is not what Oriflamme wanted to see, nor did Dundas, as that ball is hit wide to the left-hand side. So Oriflamme dodging a bullet right there. Unlucky break for the Dundas team, but now a sigh of relief from Jason Warren as he surveys the field and brings the ball back in play. Frankie Bilbao busting up to the right-hand side. Warren sees him, and that's where the ball is going to end up. And Robert Tito Zeta back there as well. Bilbao checking down, allowing Zeta to get to clear, and now the whistle comes. So a little right-of-way violation right there, and we should be going towards the center. But we'll see and confirm what the call is. 1:11 on the clock, and we are still tied at 7 apiece.
Well, she was very unlucky just a few moments ago. That, I think, would have sealed the deal. Sarah Siegel Magnus, and let's just see if what the umpires make of this, because this is now make or break time. Like I said, Sarah Siegel Magnus could have taken it home there had she just put that one through. Instead, it's going to be a hit from the spot. A 5A in favour of the team in the black shirts, Oriflamme. It'll be taken by Crowder, I think. Yeah, that was Crowder over the far side. I beg your pardon, that was the other Jason Warren, now Crowder. Sends it up deep, down the field. Bilbao, can he do something with it? Turns it, nicely done, looking for a little bit of space to maneuver. Stolen by Cambiaso. Now, she will try and run away with this one if she can. Let's have a look at the clock. We're down to the last 40 seconds of play. Corn's about to come any second now. They need to be quick. There's the pass into the danger zone. A little bit too short there for Warren. And now possibly a chance here if Obregon... Oh, he got a hook on that one. He would have been away. And we have a whistle. We have a whistle with 17.9 seconds. Now, this will be an interesting call by our two mounted officials.
It certainly will. I believe this is going to go in favor of Oriflamme. So we'll see where they put the ball. And remember, Frankie Bilbao is going away from the goal at an angle. So the umpires come together for a discussion on ball placement. And it looks like it's going to be a 60-yard shot. Penalty 4 in favor of Oriflamme. And this is not an easy day. To take those penalty forms, if you're looking from our center camera, you can see the palm trees in the back blowing. And we've probably got 20-mile-an-hour wind gusts here. A nice, cool, breezy day. Great day to play polo, but very difficult for a penalty 4 here. With 17 seconds on the clock, 7-7 here in the sixth and final chukker of regulation play. So Jason Crowder circling his pony around. He can hit a strong ball. Umpire has called play. No pressure here, Yan. But if he makes it, it will end the game. If not, they will play out the last 17 seconds. And Crowder high in the air, and that's going to end it right there for Oriflamme, coming out victorious over Dundas. So Oriflamme now with a record of 2-1, Dundas with a record of 1-2. So stay with us. We're going to swap fields right here, and we are going to have our last game of bracket play in the limited edition 12 Gold. Join us in just a few moments right here on CTV Sports, and glad to have you with us for this fifth game.
Bye.